Hey YouTubers, this will be take two. We had a little bit of a cat skirmish on my lap when I was trying to do it before. I was going to try to let him stay, but I've got two cats that don't get along. I'm sure that's all very interesting. We're going catless now. If they try getting on here again. Never hurt my cats. Right. Okay. One of them's just planted herself somewhere else, so she'll be asleep for a little while. Just returned from um, the drop-offs, the dropping off the orders. So I had to go to the post office for most of them. So that was the Dragita coffee mug or coffee tea cup. That beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sorry to see it go, but kind of the philosophy is you like these things, but if somebody's taking the time to look for that on eBay, then somebody out there really loves it. So let it go, and you're $7 richer. Anyway, yeah. Like you say, you just can't keep anything, everything, because they'll be doing a show about me called The Hoarders. I'll be a guest spot on there. Right. Anyway, yeah. So well, what I was going to do was go up to a charity shop that I have not been to for a while. I used to do private martial arts sessions with a friend of mine that lived near there, so I'd pass by it quite frequently. My friend that I did the private martial arts sessions that now rents a room for me, so funny how things go. But yeah, I had to go. The boots that I sold were vinted, and the buyer selected the inbox post box. I can't remember, but one of those lockers that you have to punch a QR code number in and you leave it and they collect it. Actually quite simple, and it's inside a co-op store and then there's a charity shop right next to it. So I thought, well, you're here, grab a few bits for lunch and then pop into the charity shop and see what's there, because somebody had told me that yeah, they are kind of keeping their prices pretty low because they're not on the high street. Not really. They're on the main road. So anyway, I went in. There were, I mean, I know there's some beautiful, beautiful collectibles. A couple of things, again, that I would keep. Prices were a bit high. The margins really weren't there. And there were these beautiful, sort of like 1920s flapper style, of only the long gown, really Gatsby looking statues. And I thought, yeah, I could see that being a nightmare to ship. But the pricing wise, I don't think it was there. I don't know that people really collect that stuff so much anymore. Seems to be enough people that do buy some of it. But anyway, I just thought no. I really just wanted to look at the books to see if there was anything worth getting. The paperbacks were about 50p each. Not too bad, but I think I can do better. I'm getting enough of a stock of paperbacks that I don't really feel like, oh, I got to go clearing the shelves to put stuff on. Um, but I am glad I went in because I did find a couple of good things. So that's what I'm on to talk about right now. Like I've said, I usually stay away from children's books, and I've just got kind of a personal reason for that. I never enjoyed children's books when I was a child. I just found them, my generation had a lot of very sad stories. And I'm like, God, why would I want to revisit that? And why would I want to inflict that on a kid today? Some of the stuff, not all of it, some of it was good. Um, so I just kind of tend to stay away from it because it just makes me think of my childhood, which wasn't the happiest. I'm not going to go into that now. And I think no, stick with what you like. Well, they had a box of them and they were four for a pound. So that's 25p a book, which is the margins that you kind of want to be at. If you can get it for less, great. But that's sort of like 25p a book is a good one because you can, even if you resell it unvinted for a quid, you're making some money off it. I had to flip through. And I thought, well, anything that sets you off, don't get it. Anything that looks interesting, things have changed since I was a child. I don't inflict these horror stories on kids anymore. Anyway, I did find, I thought, well, don't go buying the lot if they're all good. Just get a few and just see how it goes. So I flipped through and I found some nice ones. I found some really cute ones here. We've got Could a Whale Swim to the Moon? That sounds fairly innocuous. um, Toys galore. I think this is a really sweet one. It's just, toys. It's actual toys, not gadgets, toys. I think kids need to be reminded. There was a time when we weren't all electronic and plugged into stuff. We got this one, Oliver Jeffrey's The Way Back Home. So it looks like a little bit of a Martian story. It looks very nice. So I do need to kind of look through. I didn't look through them in the shop to make sure nobody's written their name in it or anything. And How to Catch a Star. So I think these are lovely. And I actually, I'm a writer as well. And I actually was starting to write my own series of children's books, and I stopped. Rhyming history and stuff like that. So that's the 4. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Am I going to lot them up? I think I'm going to list them individually and just see how it goes. Next find was a good one. I found a set of Eden Blyton books, and these usually are very, very saleable. There's 11 of them in the batch here, and they said you can have the set for £2. Those are the margins you want. These are paperbacks. It's not. I do have a vintage one that's hardbound, and from the, I think, first edition. I've put that on its own for a little bit more money. Not a lot. $4, I think. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Am I going to put them together as a series? I know, but it's not a complete series. I think there's 11 books, and it's the famous 5, and it's 3, 10, 7, 17, 5, 13. Yeah, just random ones. So it's not like a complete set. So I don't know. Is it worth lotting them up, or is it worth just doing them individually? We'll see. I hope, if Ian, if you're out there in your page and you see this, comment please. What would you do? Right, and then the last bit, hardbacks. I know are, and I know what I'm going to do with this. Are a little bit more of a mystery, but these are kids' hardbacks. They're like new, and they were 50p each. So I think I know what I'm going to do with this one. They're all by the same author. I mean, these are mint condition. The lady that worked at the charity shop said, no, I actually brought these in. I bought them for my grandkids, and they're all grown now. So I took them in. This one doesn't have the jacket on it, but these are books by David Walliams. And I've heard of him, but I haven't read any of his books. So that's one. The rest of them have... Oh, no, the other one doesn't have its dust jacket. Could be it didn't come with one. The Midnight Gang. That's the other one. And The Ice Monster. And Grandpa's Great Escape. All right, so I think I am going to lot those up and sell them as a set of 4, because they're the same author. They're beautiful condition. And I might even offer to pay the postage on it. I'm going to weigh it and see how much it is. I think, Ian, again, if you're out there, I think you say to aim to get maybe £1 a book off of them. So 50p, so that would be £2 for those. If it's under 2 kilos, I think it's like $2.95 for the postage. So if I listed that for 10, I'd probably hit that. And I think it might sell pretty quickly, because it's a nice lot of children's books for not a lot of money. Right. So jobs for today. Well, I've got to work. I've got to go back to work. I've got my little cherubs. I actually do like my job. Sound like I'm moaning about it a lot. And then I am going to list some things. I'm probably going to do some more postcards, some more train postcards. And I might even start listing some books. I'm getting kind of low on collectible stuff. I've got a couple of items still I can put up, but I don't want to buy too much more of that, because, I don't want to flood my page with it. But some of that is starting to sell. I've sent a couple of offers out. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then I have got my kickboxing tonight. So, woman of all trades here. If you like this channel, I know it's low tech. I know a lot of these people have camera equipment and put the music in. I'm just somebody with their phone. But as it builds and as things get going, we'll get a little bit more advanced and high tech. I don't really like to film myself while I'm shopping. I know a lot of people do that. Maybe I'll get over that someday, especially in the town, when I go shopping around the town that I'm in. If I'm off somewhere else, I don't know. I'm going to probably go check out some places a little further afield over my Easter holiday, and where nobody knows me, so I get told off, I don't care. And you're on YouTube for telling me off. Right. Yeah, do like and subscribe. I really want to build this channel up. I would love one day to get it monetized, and I'm only 912 members short, so hey, anything's possible. Have an amazing day, everybody. I'll be back on soon.